Good. How are you?
Yep, since it's
Friday.
end of pretty much end of Friday, I'm really happy. What are your weekend plans?
Same church.
Oh yeah, or you are doing a lot of good work. You visit church every day, right?
Mm, Come again?
I mean, you go daily to church.
Uh, I think apart from weekends, I go twice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then on weekends too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, um, I also often go on a temple, but definitely not on a regular basis.
Mm.
Occasionally, I go to the temples. Perfect. Well, that's a topic. This is actually PPC beer and brainstorming, or in simple terms, it's a team-wise beer and brainstorming. Usually, we have beer and brainstorming session at a company level, just like Monday morning meeting. We do beer and brainstorming, wherein everyone participates from Los Angeles office, people of Los Angeles office, and the team member who are working from other location. They participate through Hangout. So typically, that's how we actually do. But in between those, beer and brainstorming at company level, we also conduct team wise beer and brainstorming, where teams teams can focus on uh, their own discussion, their own brainstorming, and the ideas they get. So, is this your first peer and brainstorming participation, Anjali, or have you ever participated into this session?
I think I'm not sure actually, but I think I was able to participate last time for PPC.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So this is, as the beer and brainstorming says, it's having beer on one hand and brainstorming on the other. So typically, the name stands for, it's kind of a very open-minded session. But people from Los Angeles office, they also get opportunity to drink beer because we also have a kitchen. Have you seen our office or not?
On company meetings only.
We actually have really a very good Google Map, I think 3D view, a panoramic 3D view at the bottom of our official site. There we go.
Let's see.
Vivek, have you seen this?
Oh,
You also did not see this?
yeah, I haven't seen that.
This is actually our office. We are working for coalition, and this is our office. This is where, typically company meeting or company wide meeting happens. People participate here. This is Joel's seat. And if you scroll down, this is the screen from where we see them.
No.
This is kitchen, and on company wide beer and brainstorming, people actually one of our office assistant, uh, who is the office assistant? Cesarina, not Cesarina. I think I have forgotten the name, but there's one office assistant who handles all the kitchen activities.
Mm.
So I'm sure Pierre would have been here since it is refrigerator.
Total, how many people are there in office?
I think approximately 30.
Mm.
This is then sitting of, this is conference room. Be sure to visit it on your free time.
Mhm. Jordan also work from home.
Yeah, he also work remotely.
Where where from he exactly?
He is I actually don't know. Uh, never realize, never thought that where does Jordan sit at? We can quickly know that. Solution team members. Jordan.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Mm.
For sure, Washington. He was speaking to me, I think, last week that he will be visiting Los Angeles office soon.
Oh.
I have
Mm.
never seen him in Los Angeles office.
Mm.
Perfect. So, um, the topic for us to really do some brainstorming is focus, accountability, and experimentation. So, how can we better focus? First, I think these three questions: how well focused is our team? What areas are we very well focused on? And what areas where we could be more focused? How can focus be improved? Right, so that's the topic. How are we doing in general in terms of focus? I feel like we are really doing well, especially after introduction of our new PPC Basecamp task, account management. What do you think?
Oh, you're asking to me?
No, I mean this is open-minded conversation. So, in terms of focus, I think we are doing good job in terms of focus, right?
Yep, that is.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. So I mean to say, so according to me, if I talk, the structure we have very well prepared. So there we get the opportunity to work in a focused way. So I think that is the structural planning we have created very well, and that's way we are focusing on our client, we are focusing on our um, career improvement path as well as knowledge enhancement. So I think that is very well planned. So that, yeah,
Yeah,
so we are working on a focused way. That is due to better management, due to better structure. Uh, that's what I think.
completely agree with you, and that's true.
Yeah.
I really, honestly speaking, we have very strong base. We have very strong process, all of our structure, especially when imagining remote company, it's often very difficult to actually have everything in so organized way that we are having at the moment.
Yeah, that is the key point of working in a good way, and uh, so successfully we are running the a remote company. So that is a very good achievement. I think that is great achievement. Management.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true. I still remember when I joined Coalition in 2014.
Mhm.
I would never imagine that I would be actually be a part of the company which is having completely
Mhm.
different setup.
Yeah.
Until Coalition, I was tired of with office-based companies, and it was like typically going every day to office, doing work, doing lunch, doing other activities, and at evening return to home. Then suddenly switching to this, actually, then it completely opened a different world, and I feel like this would be the future, at least after a couple of years, that people would gonna companies and everything would gonna start going remote more and more possibly.
Yeah, I have read some of the articles regarding this. So this is going to be a big million or billion uh, companies. It means in terms of overall, it is going to be very aggressively. We will see like in upcoming time that
Hmm.
most of the companies providing such facility like working in Sunday. So that is going to be.
And yeah, we would be the first group of people who would actually take benefit from this, right?
Yeah, we have started to get that
We
benefit.
have already started getting involved into such kind of environment.
Mm.
So this will for sure you're gonna have added advantage if word should be going in that direction.
So
Uh,
when I also choose this, that was very new for me, and I had some. I was afraid as well that should I quit my current organization that is already very well organized, and I'm already since last 7 years I was working in that culture, and I didn't have to change in this, and what will be the future. So basically, I was very afraid for that, and
I'm glad that you
Mhm.
shared this. Thank you so much for that. Really wanna I also feels that even still a lot of people before joining CT,
Mhm.
based on my experience on reviewing the candidate profile uh, during recruitment,
Mhm.
still a lot of people actually especially Indians, they feel hesitant joining or being a part of company like this, because to some extent this is pretty much new to them, and they probably do not have much confidence on how it would gonna you know go. And it makes sense because they were earlier part of office based job, all of the sudden moving to
Another thing is that it seems somehow like security, job security is a one concern. So um, it's like in mindset, like if I don't know the company where it is located, and who will be responsible, where I will claim if I don't get money, and so something.
absolutely.
It's in mindset, something like. So it's the human nature and it's genuine. I don't think it is. Uh,
Absolutely, because this is not a usual thing. uh, so obviously, people will gonna see it with some sort of like different visualization, and until they realize that no, it's actually reality. It's working like this, and there's no harm in being a part of company like this. Awesome, Anjali. Any ideas on how well we are doing in terms of focus, or do you see any areas where we are less focused?
just on the PPC team or the company wide?
It could be anything. I mean, either PPC wise or even if you have any idea at a company level. Yep, it's, as I said, it's open-minded discussion.
Actually, I already something to say in mind, but I'm not sure if it's under focus or accountability. But actually, um how do you call this? I've really appreciated what you did for Basecamp as you revamped it, and
Hmm.
my first impression was of Basecamp was like it's supposed to be an organized site to help us get get the task done, but some things are not arranged well, I think. So after the revamp, so everything was organized, and then also the 10-minute and the 30-minute task uh helps us to be accountable as well. As I've already planned to get my own personal list of what I did to the website, and then check once in a while if they were performing or not, if they were effective, just to make sure I am on track. So that's what I do from my previous clients that I have. I keep a record of things that I do, even the simple things. So I don't just rely on the change history. But since you're handling different tasks, uh, diverse tasks, so maybe it's a bit difficult to track them. So the 10-minute and the 30-minute task, it's very much easy for you to look back what you've done yesterday or the past week.
Hmm.
So keeps you on track, and it helps you monitor the campaigns well for what you've the changes you've done to have this a tracker. Yep.
Great. Really, thanks for really thorough feedback on that.
Mm,
And yeah, that's the the goal. That's the final goal, that we want to be not only focused on, some sort of what is the performance, and where should we focus on.
mm,
That's the final goal. Because I also realized that maybe there was a small disconnectivity between
mm,
what we work on AdWords and what we actually see every day, last 30 days or every month, the performance stats. And Basecamp, both were actually kind of little going away from each other,
mm,
especially since last couple of months. So realized that we need to revamp it. And since Basecamp is most important part of our process, where DPs are there, where designers are there, developers are there, so definitely there was a need of like more of aligning it towards what we actually do and how we could actually better utilize it to improve our focus. So I think initial results seems to be really good, and I'm also glad to see positive feedback from your side.
mm.
So I think we are
Starting to
doing.
appreciate. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as if something is really helping us, I would be really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we are really on a track in terms of focus. Uh, Nothing else on discuss on focus topic, unless if you guys have any additional ideas. Shall we move to accountability? Uh, well, accountability. Uh, Before we speak about these points, I think our last BNB session was also on accountability. So, I actually thought to be
Mm,
2/9/2018, 2 February. Was your part of accountability topic discussion, Anjali?
yeah. Mm,
Okay, perfect. So in the last sessions also we discussed some of really interesting points in terms of accountability. So I thought that why not visiting again what we talked and checking if we could actually implement something or not from the last BNB session, or was it just a discussion? So then I actually noted it down from our last BNB session. We saw two things happen to resolve our concern. One of the big concern was delay. I found that we were speaking about delay were happening. Surveys also pointed that delay in things be taking time, often reason for cancellation of clients. I think this is resolved because we now have well balanced staff on PPC team to work on accounts. I think we are enough team members, at least at this point of time. We, including me, we are 6 team members. So we have enough accounts, well balanced accounts. So delaying things will eventually be go off now, and I'm seeing improvement in this area as well. I want to point out example here, example of Prince Mumba Tracking Club. Now this account client was supposed to begin PPC on exactly 1st of March. And I had assigned this account to Quinton somewhere in the middle of February. There was no need of working on that account because client said that he'll gonna resume PPC on 1st of March. So eventually, what we would be doing if we would have been just 3 team members, we would have been waiting for 1st March, and then after 1st March, we would have been setting campaigns and taking like 1-2 weeks of time in launching them. But since we are 6 team members instead of 3, what Quinton did is he already set up all the campaigns in advance and uploaded on account. And he did that ahead of a time before 1st March. And as soon as 1st March hit, and client said this, guys, let's go ahead with PPC. On exactly same day, we activated campaigns.
Yeah.
That is that is the example I'm trying to say you guys, that the kind of improvement we are seeing with the new team balance, that things will not unnecessarily be delayed. So that concern resolved. uh, One point also was in last accountability session was on a kind of DPs actually were delaying on a things. But the positive thing is DP team has also got a couple of new digital producer in their team. This should help them balance their project as well and maintain smooth communication between us and client. So looks like this is really a good improvement. Uh, what else?
Some part of delaying that is development team as well. So I think might be due to some reason, specific time I have stuck for that it may be, but I think delaying is right now the concern with development team as well.
Very good point. Note it down.
But overall, if I talk about, uh, it's working smoothly, and we are focusing on our project and task. So it's overall good.
Okay. Overall good, but uh,
Delaying is some stuff of time due to developmental.
developers could probably better complete their assignments as far as their assign as far as their due date is concerned. Actually, I mean, this is third or fourth time, I am hearing mm, thoughts about developers' work, and yeah, I mean, they really they really do SEO and PPC related development work as a second priority. Their topmost priority often are uh, dedicated web development projects. So that's why there has been just two-person assigned as of now, Karan Dua and Simar. And moreover, Karan Dua work on a flexible shift, so he is usually not available after the second part of a day. So yeah, I think they can actually improve little more. Unnecessary delay happens on a development team side. Hopefully, data feed watch subscription should help us better manage feed. Mm, yes, they can probably they can do
So
better
do,
job.
do we have already taken DataFeed Watch paid subscription? I thought we have only free subscription, or we are not getting a complete features of that. Is it?
No, I mean we decided to sign them up, and first they offer 15 days trial period, which is supposed to get in I think next week somewhere Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday the free trial will end, and we have already taken decision of actually signing them up. So this will gonna continue. We have we have signed their enterprise account, enterprise plan.
Okay.
So we have got to use it at its best as much as possible. I think some of the interesting features, like you can optimize product titles, and then you can generate feed for more than one platform. Like if you are having Bing ads as well as Facebook, you can generate, and you can actually sync those feeds through URL. Initially, it might not be. Can you hold for a second? Okay. Mm, sorry about that. Yeah, data feed watch. It is very good tool. Uh, Initially, it might not, it might not make you interesting, but we have to learn its feature, because at first it also sounded me pretty boring. I mean, I was thinking that same feature are available on Google Merchant Center, then why the hell we need to use data feed watch? But then I started going, in a deep level with data feed, then realized that some of its features are very, very interesting, and it could really help us at a scale level to optimize our feed. Instead of trying to play with feed rules and trying to optimize product titles, I think we can quickly change the product titles using data feed watch and can use them. You can combine even anything, any additional thing. And the best part would be you can actually use it across all the paid channels. Try using it and let me know if you
Yeah,
guys really find it helpful or not.
I have settled some account, but really some issue of how to use that. So I have to learn first, and I will take help of you as well.
Yeah, they have very good articles. Yesterday I was trying to spend some time with swim spot feed, and then they have very robust regular expression feature. Do you guys know regular expression?
Mm, no.
No.
Yeah, yeah, got it. REX or
Yeah, regex. In short, it says regex. Uh,
Ah,
yeah, regex, but it stands for regular expression.
mm-hmm.
Regular expression is a language uh,
Mm-hmm.
for database management. So if you know it, you can really even make your complex feed really optimized. Like you can pull in anything from one field. Like you have a big description and you want to pull in like just a color name and you want to put it in title. Using regular expression we can do that. I'm also learning it regular expression. I'm not expert on that, but they have made it very easy use of regular expression on data feed watch, so you can optimize and fix the errors of complex feed.
Please share me the articles, that article.
Yeah, definitely. I think data feed data feed watch regex is in list.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is brilliant way of how one can actually play with data feed.
The only thing I am missing here, they don't have a complete video of setup and about the data feed. So I have searched on YouTube as well, so how I can learn and how I can see.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. There are not video guides.
Yeah.
You'll only gonna find out the text guides, and also very important to note is you need your raw data in a correct format. Once your raw data is uploaded in correct format, then you can really play with it. If your raw data is not on correct format, then probably there will be issue. You will gonna face some more problem later on while playing with rules.
So I have added a shop of Shashvi.com. So please review it and see where I have made any mistake or not. Uh, I don't know. And what next I need to do. So how
I
to
did it. I checked it and posted a comment on a
where?
screenshot on a Basecamp. I think I created a separate Basecamp task for that. You
Okay.
can take a bunch of screenshot and because raw feed is not coming well. Uh,
Okay. Oh,
yep.
but that I have taken from their of merchant account. Merchant account.
Merchant account is having Google Sheet, right?
Yeah, Google Sheet I have.
So yeah, so typically Datafeed Watch does not pull in Google Sheet as it is. Uh, they have pulled description under link, and I think price is having image link. Those kind of formatting problem. So just download that Google Sheet
Mhm.
as a text version and then upload it, and it will gonna properly process everything.
Okay, got it.
Perfect. So the discussion actually was centered around data feed watch.
Yes,
The topic is accountability. Not a problem since it's beer and brainstorming. Well, I think accountability, there are a couple of ways for sure. We could do better job with accountability. One job is, we are responsible for our job responsibilities, like being as a PPC analyst, your number one responsibility is you have to actually take care of your account and work on the tasks which are assigned, and even the tasks which are not assigned, but you are seeing that there's something you need to work on, like to pause a keyword or to take care of a campaign. That is also comes up under your responsibilities. But what's more, when it comes to accountability, I'm talking about the accountability at a higher level with the entire project. Like if digital producers, you are waiting for digital producers, they are not giving you any detail. You never know. I mean, you don't know what's going on with that digital producer. So you may wanna go one step extra here. You wanna talk with that DP maybe through chat and what's the problem? I mean, can I help you? You wanna your end, because most of the time, remember, DPs won't be that much aware about PPC. They'll be just knowing at least, I mean, I think just 5% or even 3 to 5, yeah, 3 to 5% of PPC. You guys are like experts, 60-70%. So if they are having trouble finding it something, or probably facing some problem, you guys can go one step extra and take accountability at higher level in terms of project. So all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if I talk about the accountability, we are already in good of that part. Uh, we are already taking care of complete account. We have analytic access. We are able to see whether it is going on correct way or not, on whether it is a PPC part or SEO parts or other part. We are able to see all the stuff, as well as also we see, and if anything have changes and anything is where we need to focus, we are already taking care of that. I think the only thing where we are stuck, that is the time. So we are not getting much time of finding each things and
Mhm.
each account every day, each analytics account every day. So the only thing where we are stucking, that is the time. Other part, we are already responsible and we are able to see, we are able to, we are dedicated to give the client as much as possible. So accountability means, I think that is giving your 100% and thinking about the client's profit. So that, I think, that is thing for accountability, according to me, and that we are already taking care. The only thing we can do more, just because if we get the more time, we get the more option or more hours to work on that account, that can be valuable.
Yeah. And the way it will come is if you would have just pretty much well balanced number of accounts under your roster, right?
That is, yeah, that is. So, I have one more suggestion here. So, HTML or HML priority, which we define there, we can reduce that. So, 6 account we are taking care daily. So it may be 5 or 4. So that can be the more valuable, and we can focus more on some of the accounts we are taking care. So even if we get 4 or 3 or 5 accounts instead of 6, so we have more time, we have more hours to focus, and we have more hours to analyze the things, go deeper, more. So that, I think, that can be valuable.
I think this is very good suggestion. As long as if you guys are doing your account management assignment, uh, those 10 minutes for all the accounts, I think I'm completely fine. Uh, you know,
Yeah, so but in 10 minutes, if seriously I talk about, we are not able to do anything in 10 minutes. Like we are just bother about the numbers, and figures, and the ads has been disapproved or are not disapproved, or anything. So frankly, I say I couldn't go to analytics account. I don't find anything, and I don't see what is happening and what is not happening in terms of traffic, in terms of sessions, in terms of average sessions, in terms of bounce rate, in terms of other things. So I think the 10 minutes is not enough to find out everything. And even if we talk about the HML priorities, we define the HML priorities, higher priorities and medium
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But if I talk about myself, how I'm working and how I able to get that, I do have lots of Basecamp task in sprinting. I define the priorities of task. I define what the new things I'd have to add on that account. And sometimes I take 3 or 4 hours for particular single account and don't get opportunity to work on other accounts. So that happens to me. So my nature of work is, if I started to work on something like keyword research or some phase of campaign optimization or anything, so I supposed to do to complete that. So I don't see the time frame like 3 hours. So I have to dedicate it to that, or 2 hours, or half an hours. So that way we stuck, and that way we couldn't do anything, and we couldn't give the more times to digging the overall account, to finding the more analytics, to finding the more analysis. And so I think that we are
Well, actually, the goal of 10-minute assignment is you guys actually, monitor it on a daily basis. The reason is because oftentimes, what
Yeah, that I agree. That is agree, and some part of we are achieving that goal as well. But I think 10 minutes is not enough for analyzing everything of
so
it.
you don't need to analyze everything every day.
Yeah,
For that purpose, there is a 30-minute assignment for a weekly, for a week, right?
yeah,
If you would analyze everything every day, you might probably be seeing the same thing every day. There won't be anything new you will gonna visualize or you're gonna find out. So the goal of 10 minutes is, for example, when you start the day, you would probably see your MCC, right? You log in into AdWords, you'll straight away see all of your accounts. You will
mm,
set a date rate. So that MCC view level, you will gonna get to know that what's the 10 minute. What is the performance of last 30 days in a given day. The data will straight away pop up over there.
yeah. That is.
Yeah, for the accounts where you don't need to spend way too much time on a given day, you can just you don't need to dwell into all the data on that given day. There is a 30-minute assignment coming up, or probably according to your table, like you define just 3 accounts to work on one day. Yep, let's keep up the deep level analysis for other 3 accounts for some other assignment. Let's take it into 30-minute assignment. And once again, the time is actually just a guidance. Obviously, it's not a boundary that you have to actually try to find out everything in just 10 minutes, uh, or a 30 minute on a weekly task. I understand that it takes time for us to actually look into accounts, but on the other hand, I also feel that when we manage accounts, we are pretty much very aware about how things are moving. And I challenge you, in just one day, unless if someone did not make any changes, every day your mind will quickly, you know know that what is the performance of last 30 days and how each campaign and how each ad group is performing, right?
That is definitely working, and that is definitely going to help us. The recently what you have done there. We are able to find out every 30 days what is the ROI, what is the convergence, and everything we are able to see, and that how that is going up and down, that we are able to see on daily basis. So that is definitely working very fine, and that is definitely
Yeah, I mean that is the main intention here. One of the big advantage which probably you guys might not imagine, DPs will gonna aware about what's happening, and they'll stop bugging you, and you'll gonna feel less stressful working. That's actually other goal. I sent an email today to all the DPs letting them know that what's happening, what is the changes we have made, and you guys should utilize this task to learn about what's happening on account. Uh,
Mhm.
so I mean, all in all, it's fine that if you skip posting updates like once in a while, that's totally fine. You are posting update today, and
Mhm.
somehow tomorrow you are really busy, you couldn't post update. That's all fine. The very next day you can again post it. I mean, honestly speaking, the main intention is, why the reason I put in 10 minutes is, I want you guys to make this as a practice.
Yeah.
More of you practice it, more of you will gonna find out account stats in like just exactly 10 minutes. You're gonna torn it apart and just put stats straight away. But yeah, I think this is a good point. Instead of looking into everything, six accounts for example a day, divide it only three accounts, and put other three the next day.
Yeah.
That way, yeah, it will gonna work again.
And also we often give the time to those accounts which are in hurry and which need urgent focus. So we already do that.
Yeah, let's use 10 minutes for the purpose of checking monitoring related stuff. And yeah, for sure, keep your deep level analysis for weekly assignment. And on that weekly assignment, you don't need to work on daily assignment, right? Same state you can put on 10 minutes.
Yeah, that way we have to define like the HML priorities which we define. So we have to leave blank on Friday for like priorities tasks we define. So there we can put the all of the 30 minutes task, and we can find out that way deep analysis and what we can do more. And there we can also define one thing like
Mhm.
XML priorities, which we define on Monday to Thursday. We have to focus the daily task and like production task. And Friday will be completely for reviewing, for analyzing, as well as planning for another next week planning. So that way we can define HML task. So currently what happening, and currently what happening to me, actually I don't know about others. So
Mhm.
we find out like 10 minutes task we give to each accounts, and suddenly what we see, oh no, yeah, it's happened to this account, and we have to give more time to there. So I forgot about the other task, and I started to working on that. So instead of 10 minutes, have to give more than 30 minutes, 50 minutes, or 1 hour. It depends. So uh, that way we couldn't work on other tasks, and other tasks which we defined here. Suddenly we get the task of urgently task of some account and something which is
Mhm.
urgent. So that way we couldn't completely work on our other priorities tasks or other priorities which we defined here.
Yeah.
So that we can plan like this, like 5 days we have to focus on particular account, or 6 day will be completely for analyzing, And on 6th day, if we realize anything is happening and anything which we need attention, then that way we have to plan on next week HMN priorities. What do
Uh,
you?
I think I got your point. Well, pay per click is a kind of thing, is a kind of field where in each minute your priority can be changed.
Yeah, that
It,
is
it
definitely.
yeah, it actually depends on data. It depends on performance. Uh, but yeah, I mean, what we can do as a solution here is instead of setting a priority for the whole week, let's just keep it up with just one day, or keep it flexible enough to adjust. And I think if you are actually putting something, if you are, for example, Monday you prioritize everything, right, for the next whole week, and while you are working on the account mentioned here, and all of the sudden if you get something comes up, say like from DP side, and you are now under pressure to actually adjust your priorities.
Mhm.
So that's the correct thing. You have got to properly analyze whether the task DP is asking really needs a priority or not. If it needs a priority, then just do it and forget about you would not be able to work on other accounts. You can actually push them next day. It should follow the typical pattern how we work, like starting a day with doing 10-minute assignment and working on the priority account, and all of the sudden if you are seeing something comes up from DP side, analyze that whether it should be done today or it can be pushed ahead in the week. If you feel that no, the task needs immediate attention, for example, say if DP says that, hey surveys, client said that he is seeing us, hey Vivek, client is saying that he is seeing these keywords running, and you should actually pause them because client did not like, or client said that we need to add these negatives. Perhaps the priority level of this task is actually very high, and you have got to do it today. And on the other hand, you are seeing keep asking you that we need to set up this campaign. Now that campaign can be probably set up second day or third day from the day you are in. I mean, don't take HML too seriously.
Yeah.
I think I need to define this clearly. Don't take HML too seriously. It is just a way to define your priorities when looking into week window. But you guys are free enough to adjust it based on everyday basis. You can see this is what service is doing, because he also brought me this concern, I think a couple of days ago. So he started using HML on daily basis. He puts in account name every day instead of like sitting on Monday and then thinking about the priorities for the next 5 days.
Yeah. Got it.
Yep. So I think that's it. I think those were really very good discussions as far as accountability is concerned, and I completely agree. We are doing good job on accountability front as well.
Yeah.
I have actually written something interesting somewhere. Yeah, you guys can think about like what you would be doing if you would be a digital producer, what you would be doing if you would be a SEO analyst. Those kind of tough questions will probably make you think beyond the limit that we are at the moment having. I know we are very less involved with SEO technician, right? We often very rarely interact with them. There is a reason because of this. There is a reason behind this. SEO analysts, they have very separate goals. They do content posting, they do on-site optimization, on-page optimization, they do off-page optimization. And we, on the other hand, we just focus on launching campaign, providing clients immediate revenue, and so on. But probably one thing we are forgetting here is PPC and SEO can complement each other a lot better way. We can probably think about establishing a synergy between SEO and PPC. There is a lot learning we can provide to SEO team, and there's a lot learning we can take from SEO team. So yep, that's where maybe we can actually focus a little bit more in terms of accountability as an overall project.
Here I want to add one more, like you have seen, like said, like uh, SEOs, and so one profile that can be more helpful to us, that is the analytics, and yeah, or analysis, or someone who takes care of analytics account. So we need to mingle more to someone who take care of the analytics, just because I think PPC and analytics is both combination together is working very fine, and that is really very helpful. And we need to more focus on other analytics tools as well, which can give them in terms of like we should use other tools like someone who provides the testing, testing, multivariate testing, or
Data analysts.
yeah, data analysis and something. Despite of data analysis, other tools are as well, which we need to which we need to work on. And I think that is not our concern, and that is not we completely take care of those tools. So we should mingle with the analytics department and analytics person who take care of the overall data. I don't know how city works and how the city's analytics department is working, and how much seriously they are taking care of our data, and how that can be we can take care of that data. So currently, I don't think so far I have got any data like from any someone analytics department or analytics person. Hey Vivek, I have got something very seriously data for you. So find out this, uh, like it may be something like landing pages, or it may be like some hit metrics, or it may be something like one multivariate testing features, or A/B testing, something like click to call actions. Some click to call is working very fine. Have you seen that? So this type of thing we should, I think that should be. And if we want to really help our clients in that manner, that can be very positive thing we can provide to our clients.
uh, that's very good point actually. Uh, but I'm not sure if honestly, I have not seen any data analyst here in CT since I'm working here. It's someone who just uh, provide insights or just look into the tools and bring in the insights. But I think your point really worth thinking. The reason is because uh, one person handling everything is often tough.
Yeah,
When
we cannot take care of that part. Like yeah, if we have to do some A/B testing, or multivariate testing, or something like we have to dig into some other analytics tools as well. So that is not possible. Like mixed panel is a tool which provides a complete solution, like metrics and and other stuff like that. So we should use these type of tools which can give the complete insight, and where we can focus more. Uh, so that should be for complete company and complete organization, whatever the client we are handling for. Uh, that should be, and we should get data from them, and we can implement that on that way. So that I think should be like company perspective. We should think about that. Uh, I don't know how that is currently working, but it should be like, work like that manner as well.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, we create say like if we are handling a project, we create individual Google Analytics account for each, and obviously we are not having anything like this kind of setup where we can process in the whole set of data and can draw the insights. uh, this is a good point, very good point. If we look into a big picture or a picture at a broader level, yeah, we probably need something like that. We can
Yeah, so
our data.
some sort of tools which are very helpful, like Crazy Egg, mixed panels, other tools which provide. Even in Google Analytics, we have option of A/B testing, multivariate testing, which,
Yeah,
but due to lack of time, we cannot try that, and it is not possible for us to go deep inside on that. So that only a dedicated person can do, whose responsibility will be like taking care of these all things. Hey, Vivek, what do you wanted to test for this week or this month for some sort of client? So he will create like A/B testing for that. So here is the two landing pages. Let me test which is working, which is not working. So if we talk about the PPC industries, so that is very very essential for any organization, and I guess 90% of organization are missing on that stuff.
that's right. That's a true. That's actually the true picture. PPC, we all know that it's a ocean, and there are many things one should do. If he has to make his client or his business survive in the future. The reason is because there are a lot of business related stuff, and we all know it's kind of testing and learning thing. Honestly speaking, even we also do not do A/B testing.
Yeah, even we know that it may be even we know that we couldn't do that just because of like other priority task. We have something like we don't get uh, time to dig into analytics or find out the data, even session and primary data. So how we can go that much digger and we create that and find out what is working, what is not working. So that is not possible for us separately, and it can be possible just because if we get 2 or 3 accounts to handle, then we can put that much digger and that much thing. We can put A/B testing ourselves. We can find out. We can use other tools as well. But that is not possible. So if we are in organization like city or anywhere, if we tell management, so I have to handle only 2 or 3 accounts, then he will say, hey, how out of how we will get profit. So that is I could understand, and probably just because of time we couldn't go deeper of that. So I guess someone who can be dedicated person for these type of things. So data analytics, or someone who take care of complete data analysis can be.
Yeah, and we do have a strong process then. Like we as a PPC analyst, we actually execute the testing and inform to data analysts like, hey, we have executed this. Now it's your job to report on the data and provide us insights, something like that, right?
Yep, that
I
is.
mean, honestly speaking, yeah, I am also a big fan of A/B testing, but the fact is, because of too many number of accounts, it's almost tough. And it's not just the case here in Coalition. Pretty much entire agencies are doing exactly the same way. They don't
So
have time and resource to handle A/B testing.
So I have worked in a single account or single company's account,
Mm-hmm.
and so there I get the opportunity to do everything. So
Wow.
I have experience in A/B testing, these all things. I have to explore the other channels, other tools, several tools, and so that's what I did myself. So I have opportunity. I have got the opportunity to learn. I have opportunity to explore. I have got opportunity to do anything. Uh, so that I have got the opportunity. But frankly, if the same thing I tried to do in CT, that is not possible, just because of the time and these all things.
Yeah, I think I got very good idea here. Guys, we actually do a lot of A/B testing, but we don't know we are doing it. Or perhaps there is a surface which is just hiding it. For
Yeah,
example, yeah, we are running minimum 2 or 3 ad in an ad group, right? We
yeah,
are running it, we are gathering the data, we are turning off the non-performer, but there has been perhaps something missing here.
yeah. The thing is missing. Why we have pausing and why that is not working. So we haven't gone deep on that. So it may be like I give you an example. Like we are running two separate ads. Okay, in a single ad group. One is giving 30% CTR and one is giving 2% CTR. And suddenly we pause that 2% is not working. It's okay, go ahead. But we haven't gone on deeper level why there is a 30% and why there is 2%. So how we can find that.
Yeah,
We can find that by like tools, something like called mixed panel tools. So which gives you the hit matrix. So hit matrix can give you the complete scenario, which part of your pages users are coming from, where they have clicked, and from there they have a scroll down, where they have not a scroll down. So what percentage of area users are digging on this section, on that section. So complete scenario we can find out. So there we can find out, oh my God, this is not working, and this part of the users is not taking it seriously. It may be like, oh my God, we are thinking we are to put a very good video on that, but that is not working. That is not accelerating the users. So how we can find out, and we have to uh, not just only in just to us, that can be valuable for client as well. So we can say, hey client, see, this is the picture. So you think this page is brilliant for you, but it is actually not. And why it is not? Just because of this section. Here you have put it the video, just move it to there. So it may be like,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, this is very good discussion. It's around A/B testing, and uh, yeah, I got an idea here for sure that we have got to find out some ways here how we can better present this information to client. Excellent ideas.
Uh, GTM, I think one another example is GTM. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Here in city, we are not using the GTM very much. But if we talk about the GTM and if we explore it, it can be very much interesting to learn. It can be very much. So like we can test here, we can try like we can use some sort of events. We can create some sort of other we can explore other free tools and free we can set pixels ourselves. We can do like what we have to test. like some sort of like I'll give you example. I have to test heat metrics, and I don't want to bother about the developer and everyone. Uh, so
Right.
what we can do, we can just put a snippet there in GTM, and we can try and test for few days and see. Oh, yeah, it is the result. Then okay, go ahead and call that. So on that way we can do. So if we explore more to ZTM, that can be very much interesting. Uh, I have got opportunity to work on GTM. I explored lots on GTM. I worked with developer. I tried and tested myself. So I think
Mm-hmm.
what is that thing? I think
Well, yeah, I mean, Google Tag Manager, I mean, we are not using it. That's perhaps we need to actually learn about this tool and use it as much as possible, because I think uh, Google has introduced it with some really very robust goals that advertisers can really test with, what they want, the code, the pixels, and also some of the more uh,
the tools like Google is providing some brilliant tools, opportunity tools, and experiment tools, and lots of tools they are providing. Just because we are not getting much time to explore that, we are not getting much time to dig on that. So that's why we are not using that. But if we use that and we you know we make that in practice, that can be very much interesting and that very much essential for clients. Uh, not
yeah,
for not for lower budget client, but some clients
for big budget for sure.
budget
It
and
needs to do something like that. And honestly speaking, PPC, on a PPC, we will have to use I think two things with really as much better balance as possible. One is scale. You have to also need to be at a scale. You need to do whatever you do at a scale. And second is you do everything which is needed. I think both are metric which are probably pointing a direction to each other. I mean, they are against to each other. For example, scale. What do you mean by scale? Scale is like you are having 7 8 accounts, and it's pretty much you have to be absolutely at your best to actually manage all 10 accounts with a efficiency. That's a scale. Second is now you have got to try many things. There PPC, and PPC holds many things inside it, like testing, running campaigns, turning off what's
everything
not
is
working.
data. So
Yeah,
yeah, so if talk about the PPC industries and even not PPC industries, complete digital marketing industries, it's all depend on data. So
absolutely. Yeah.
how deeper and how interesting data we are getting, that depends the success of PPC.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's where probably we will head, at least in next 1 decade. Scale and testing. I mean, learning as fast as possible and implementing that across the accounts would be the key here. We cannot actually imagine that like handling just one account the whole 8 hours. Obviously you would gonna do everything, and that is the need. Perhaps uh, the the businesses who have in-house marketing team, they actually do the same thing, because they just have their business only one account. Let's do everything. But being a part of agency like Coalition, wherein you get different kind of accounts, you have different accounts and you have perhaps more than 5 6 accounts in a hand. Now your challenge is you have to do exactly everything that in-house team is doing, but here you have to do it at scale.
Yeah,
So these are the two aspects: being as a part of just one business in their in-house team, and being a part of an agency. Both have advantage as well as disadvantage. I'm not
that
saying that. Yeah,
yeah, but that is the also essential part. So data is also essential part. So if we are not able to get that by ourselves, Yeah, so agency should take care of that, and agency should understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Agency have got a bigger responsibility here.
Yeah.
They have to do everything. It is
So yeah, so blindly, if we talk about we are running the campaign, so we are running the PPC campaign. It's okay, but we are not able to find out the data. Then we are doing it blindly. So blindly, if we are doing something that is going to hurt anyway. I give you an example of QLace. Last time what I realized, I was using that function, like that setting what we have already talked about earlier, that data, like location setting.
Mhm.
If you will see the last month data, you will see we are getting the impression and we are getting the clicks, and from more than 70 countries, which are not essential and which are, that is our not priorities basically. And we are getting data and we are getting clicks on from there as well.
Okay.
So what we did, we have to anyhow control that, and we have to anyhow see why it is happening. And if client will see that, uh,
Mhm.
that our focus is not this country and we are getting clicks on that this country, that is going to, waste of the money. So that way we have to dig into data, and that way we have to see, and we can only see that when we get the data in front of ourselves. So that is an example we can.
Yeah, I mean, lot of great ideas. Actually, we discussed here very interesting ideas, and perhaps that's where maybe we are not doing enough A/B testing and reporting and letting client know. I think this is something we have got to focus on. All right, guys, it's been very, very, very good meeting, very productive meeting. I think, um, Anjali, please forgive us if it went just one directional since last couple of minutes.
It's okay. I was listening and I'm learning a lot. I don't know if this makes sense. There's custom reports and analytics if that will help us in any way.
Custom, you said custom in analytics?
Yes, and then I think you already know this, and that it can send emails to you to give you alerts, like schedule it, like if you
Data
want this data to
intelligence.
come to you.
Yeah, I think you mean data intelligence.
No,
Oh yeah,
customization.
I got it.
Customization, dashboard,
Yeah,
reports, save reports, custom alerts. Interesting
and
point.
customer.
Yeah, so yeah, that report we can create and dashboard we can create, and yeah, so that is going to help, but it's also required in sort of time.
Analysis. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so here you can do one thing. You can explore, export from, there is a complete marketplace or complete, solutions. So custom solutions you can find out, like Avinash Caustics. If you want to find out the report of Avinash Caustic, you can export it directly from gallery. So import from gallery, you can find out more
yeah,
some of the sort of. So mostly I do one thing. We export from import from Avinash Caustic data. So they have custom reports. You can import from gallery. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. I have heard about Naskosik for sure, a very good name in digital marketing.
So
But even you can find out a lot of
yeah.
pre-built report from analytics gallery, right?
Yeah, custom gallery. So they import from gallery. There you will get the option as well. So let me see. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is the, if you guys are seeing. the screen.
Yeah, yeah,
Documents Rajar.
yeah.
Yeah, Avinash
That is
Kaushik writes.
yeah, that is Avinash Kaushik's company.
Yeah, I am a subscriber of his blogs, and he writes huge blog. Whenever I see email,
Huh.
and usually his posts are very thorough and very detailed.
In analytics, if we talk about the analytics, he is a brilliant person. So
Yeah, he's a very good name.
his Wave 2.0 is brilliant book. I've read it. Then analytics and our is a really brilliant book. I've read it. So
Oh, very good.
it,
Yeah.
it,
I actually bought his Wave 2.0 analytics book, I think last year, but really couldn't read it. I'm culprit of that. I bought it, I paid it a big price for that, and I
yeah.
couldn't read it. Interesting. All right, guys. Yeah, we have got to think about it for sure. Uh, this is something we really need to think about implementing at a scale in our team. That's how we can really proceed forward and really, hit on the areas where we are probably skipping. So, yeah, that's very wonderful discussion. Thank you so much for joining. I have reserved this part for the PPC meeting because this is actually for Data Studio, and this is regarding turning on enhanced e-commerce on Google Analytics. So this will be a kind of a separate thing. I want one of you to volunteer this and take as a responsibility on how we can implement. So I'll cover this in next meeting, but for sure this is wonderful meeting. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good weekend ahead. Make sure that you guys take enough rest, enjoy, and I'll talk to you on Monday.
Thank you, Suk. Thank you, Anjali. Bye.
Thank you,
Guys,
Ashok.
bye
Thanks,
bye.
Suvin.
Bye.
Bye.